So I've been pretty bored recently and I don't have any good video ideas. So I'm just going to do some of the most low effort bottom of the barrel stuff and do a tier list of every single Pokemon ever made. Now I decided not to go with the usual S, A, B, C, D stuff because, well, there's going to be a lot more tiers to spread out the rankings of the Pokemon, so there's not a whole bunch of stuff clumped in the middle here. So we got the best, great, good, okay, meh, bad, terrible, and the worst. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory. The best and the worst are going to be basically the top and bottom 10 of all the Pokemon. And then these last three tiers down here, miscellaneous forms, is basically stuff like the Zen mode Darmanitans or the Deoxys forms, Primal, Kyogre and Groudon, stuff like that. Megas and Gigantamaxes are pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to be doing a separate video for each generation, so I'm not sitting here for hours on end. And I'm going to try to keep my commentary on each individual Pokemon brief. There might be a few exceptions, but yeah. Let's just get started with Bulbasaur, who I think is great. I love Bulbasaur. Best Kanto starter without a doubt. He's just kind of the GOAT. And Ivysaur, I also think is good. I like playing as him in Smash Bros. Like the funny up air attacks and stuff like that. And I think it's just like a pretty good middle design between Bulbasaur and Venusaur too. So Venusaur, I'd probably put somewhere here. Definitely between the two. I don't really like that he doesn't learn. I mean, he does have a good moveset, but just I don't like it too that much. And I'll go through these other tiers at the very end of it. Oh, and then big contrast. I hate Charmander. I absolutely hate Charmander. I hate Charmeleon. I hate these. It probably won't get lower than Charizard. I'm gonna be real. I think Charizard is actually probably just my least favorite Pokemon of all time. I'm so sick of this overgrown salamander being shoved into every bit of marketing and everything. I hate it. I hate it. It's not even like a cool design for a dragon. It's a very basic design for a dragon. It's like a dragon with fire on its tail. I don't get the appeal. I hate it so much. Squirtle. I think Squirtle is good. I think Wartortle is also good. I think Wartortle is a very good middle design starter, middle stage starter. Blastoise. I wish Blastoise is very different from Squirtle and Wartortle. It almost looks like it comes from a different line. But I still like it. Not probably the least out of the line, honestly. I think Wartortle is probably my favorite, actually. Yeah. Get there later. Caterpie, I don't have any particular feelings about. Metapod, I don't really care for this genre of Pokemon where it's a middle stage bug cocoon Pokemon. But I will give it this. Actually, they are pretty good for teaching how evolution works. And it's kind of like how bugs work in real life, but I still, yeah, I don't know, I don't really care for it. Butterfree, I like Butterfree. It's pretty good. It's okay. Megas, nope, that's not a Mega. Weedle, this is my goat right here. This is my goat. This is my goat. Kakuna, well, I like it more than Metapod. And then Beedrill. Nothing's going higher than Beedrill. Beedrill is the greatest Pokemon that Game Freak has ever made, and probably ever will make. It's going to take a lot to ever dethrone Beedrill. This is just a bird. This is actually just straight up a bird. This is a little bit of a bigger bird. And then this bird's okay. Rattata. Big fan of Rattata. Big fan of Rattata. I guess I shouldn't say big fan. I like Rattata. Alolan Rattata. I will rank the Alolan forms or every other regional form on here. I feel like they're different enough. They're not like simple form changes or anything. I like a little more sauce to the design. Raticate, put above those two. I think it's the reverse for these. I don't know how much I care about Fat Raticate. Spearow is not just a berry. It's got a little bit of spice to the design, but it's still just kind of meh for me. Fearow, I like Fearow a lot. Yeah, it's better than Pidgeot, I'll say. Put Caterpie under Spearow there, yeah. Ekans, I don't particularly care about. Arbok had a cool thing going for a few generations. Or maybe I'm gaslighting myself and this isn't actually a thing, but I swear it had like different hood designs in different regions when they just kind of stopped doing that. He's okay. It's okay. Actually, yeah, no, I put it down here. Pikachu, John Pokemon. John Pokemon is okay. I don't have any strong feelings about him. I never really got people who compared him and Charizard, because unlike Charizard, Pikachu is literally the mascot of the series, so of course he's going to be in a lot of promotion. Raichu I do like quite a bit. I like Raichu. Alolan Raichu is even better. I love Alolan Raichu. One of the best regional forms they've made. Sandshrew is okay. Yeah. I keep saying it's okay, but it's... I don't know. Alolan Sandshrew is a whole lot better. I like the igloo design here. Sandslash... I don't really care all that much. Yeah. Alolan Sandslash, though, is pretty fun. I like Alolan Sandslash. It's got a cool typing, even though the typing kind of sucks a lot. But I think it's cool either way. Okay, all the Nidorans. Both Nidorans I'm pretty indifferent towards. Nidorina, probably up there. Nidoqueen is okay. Up there. Nidorino. I have basically the same opinion with both of these. Clefairy, with both Clefairy and Clefable, there's never been once in my life where I am fighting one of these in any kind of scenario, and never once the thought of fun crossed my mind once, ever. I do not like playing against these Pokemon. I do not like their playstyle. I do not like them. Vulpix is pretty good. Right about there. Well, in Vulpix, big improvement. Ninetales, pretty good. Alolan Ninetales, a huge improvement. Probably about there. Yeah. Jigglypuff definitely exists. Probably might like it more than Wigglytuff though, so I'll put it up there. Oh, okay, there we go. Wigglytuff is just mad. It's not quite as iconic as Jigglypuff or anything, so. Zubat, I love Zubat. I love Zubat. Probably put there. Yeah, I love Zubat. Golbat though, is not pleasant to look at, but I do still like it because it comes from Zubat, so I'll probably there. Yeah. Oddish, yeah. Gloom. This thing's design is also unpleasant to look at, but it doesn't have the privilege of also coming from Zubat. So I don't like the strange white liquid coming out of its mouth. Vileplume. Vileplume's alright. It's okay. Paris, if you play Legends Arceus, you know. Parasect. I like Parasect's design and I like its lore. I like the lore behind it. It's basically a zombie. But it also sucks hard. Parasect is terrible. competitive wise, so it balances out about there. Venonat, I love Venonat. I love his design. Probably up there, yeah. Venomoth, also like Venomoth. Probably a little less than Venonat, actually, honestly, but not a whole lot less. I need to do that. Yeah, that's good. Diglett, any Pokemon that have abilities that trap you in battle when you run into them are definitely going to have points stocked. It's no points, but you get it. Diglett is annoying. Alolan Diglett is not as annoying because it doesn't show up as many places. So, and I like it's funny. It's really funny. I really like how Alolan Diglett. The only difference is a little darker, and it's got 3 strands of hair, which I think is very funny. I think it's very funny that constitutes a new form. Regular Dugtrio, I don't like it. I don't like that. It's 3 Diglets, 3 floor shits. And that's the only thing that changes. It's just very boring, and it still has Arena Trap, so it's annoying. Alolan Dugtrio does not have the same issue though, because it's not just 3 Alolan Diglets, it's 3 Alolan Diglets with very funny hairstyles. So that probably goes out here above Raticate. I find that really funny. Meowth. I like Meowth. It's alright. Nothing crazy. Probably about there. Alolan Meowth. I don't like the way this thing looks. Do not like its face at all. Yeah, about there, probably. Yeah. Galarian Meowth. I also don't care too much for Galarian Meowth. I like Berserker a lot, but we're not going to get there until Gen 8. But Berserker, I would probably rank a little higher than Alolan Meowth. Probably about there. Yeah. We'll get there later. Regular Persian is very boring. That's about it. It's just really boring. I don't have any strong opinions on it one way or another. Right about there. Alolan Persian, though, I think is pretty funny. I like its face. It's just smushed in. Probably is not a very healthy animal. Psyduck. My issue with Psyduck and Golduck, I don't... Oh, well, for one, they should absolutely be part Psychic type. There's no reason they are not part Psychic type. Psyduck and Golduck, and it's constantly talking about psychic powers in their Pokédex entries and stuff, but it's not part Psychic type. That makes 0 sense. And also, they're just really boring. They're like aggressively boring. And they're in every single game. I think they are literally one of the few Pokemon that is in every single game. It nowadays, especially since we don't have all the Pokemon in every game, it feels like a wasted slot because they're I don't know, man. I don't feel anything for Psyduck or Golduck, like at all. Yeah, probably about there. They're just not interesting to me. Mankey, I think Mankey's big thing is that a lot of games, it's like an early game fighting type that you can get. Especially in Kanto, you can get it pretty early on. Which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, probably about there. Primeape is okay. It's kind of just a bigger and angrier Mankey, but without a tail. But before, when this was the final evolution, I would probably put it really low for being just disappointing. But now that Annihilate exists, I think this works pretty well as a middle stage. So there. Regular Growlithe is pretty good. I like him. Hisuian Growlithe, I like a little bit more, I'd say. Arcanine. probably about there. No higher actually, right up there. Hisuian Arcanine though, I like Hisuian Arcanine a bit more because it gets Rockhead, and spamming Flare Blitz and Head Smash without any recoil is just really funny. It's like ridiculously strong. I don't know why Game Freak did that. I feel like there's probably a reason that was never a thing, but oh wait, no, it was. I think Mega Aerodactyl had it, but I didn't really play much with Megas, so I don't remember too much. Poliwag. Poliwag's pretty good. Probably about there. Yeah, there. Poliwhirl, also pretty good. Probably just about Poliwag. Oh wait, no, these are way too high. On this tier, I'd say. Yeah, up there. Didn't realize how high I was putting them. Poliwrath. My issue with Poliwrath is that it's just a slightly bigger and angry Poliwhirl. It's a slightly bigger Poliwhirl that's also angry, and like I get it's Gen 1 and the sprites were limited, but this, yeah, it still feels kind of lazy. I'll probably put it in between the two. Abra. Fun fact about Abra, it's faster and has higher special attack than a lot of fully evolved Pokemon, which speaks volumes because of power creep, and that it's still despite learning like no moves, it's still pretty strong, and I think that's cool. Like if you were to, for some ungodforsaken reason, delay the evolution until it learns Confusion, which happens after you can already evolve it into Kadabra, you can have a kind of strong special attacker, but you could also have that when you get Kadabra, so I'm just waffling. Kadabra, I think it's a bit higher. And Alakazam, a bit higher, quite a bit higher. I think Alakazam's pretty cool. Right about there. We'll get there later. Machop. Machop's alright. Probably just above Mankey. Machoke. I don't really care about Machoke too much. I'm probably like just above Machop. Machamp I find very weird. Like it goes from like a very reptilian thing, going on with Machop and Machoke, and then it gets a beak out of nowhere, and it's just strange. It's just very strange. But I do like its abilities. Oh, my power just went out. Okay, anyways. I do like its abilities, so I'll probably put it there. Get there later. Bellsprout. Bellsprout's okay. Probably like it a little more than Oddish. Maybe a little less, actually. Oh, I don't like looking at Weeping Bell at all. I don't like this thing's design. It makes me very, very, very uncomfortable. Victory Bell is not nearly as bad, though. I like that it's a mixed attacker. I think mixed attackers are cool, even though they do usually end up being jack of all trades and master of none. But I still think I'll put them there. Yeah. Tentacool. Now, I gave Zubat a pass for being Cave Aids because I like Zubat. But I don't like Tentacool as much, so I'm not going to give it as much of a pass for being Ocean Aids. So, yeah, and then Tentacruel, I probably also put down there. Like, it's faster than you would expect for something that's like mainly bulky. So there's a few situations where if you encounter it in the wild, you just can't run away from it. And yeah. But I wouldn't put it down there actually, because I do like its design a little more. There's nothing too special, but it's okay. I guess I should put it in the okay tier then. Oh, Geodude. A rock with the face and arms. Peak Gen 1 design right there. Alolan Geodude though, rock with a face and arm and eyebrows is funny. Also, Rock Electric is just a cool typing, so... yeah, it's kind of in the same boat as Alolan Diglett. Graveler. Now, I have a very personal dislike for Graveler. Because people complain about Zubat all the time. I don't hear people complain about Graveler nearly as much as people should. I'm sure it's not fast, you can run from it, but if you do happen to have like a slow Pokemon that can't run, or if you're grinding in a cave or something for XP, and you encounter a Graveler and you try to kill it, you know, it's like there's a like 50% chance it'll have Sturdy and live, and then there's also a pretty good chance it'll just explode and do way too much damage. And I feel like I've seen these things in caves way more than I have ever seen a Zubat. I feel like these things are just all over the place in caves, and mostly in like early game Pokemon, or early gens, mostly early gens of Pokemon. It's just annoying. It's just really, really annoying. Alolan Graveler kind of has the same problem, but it's limited only to Alola. So, I'm not gonna dock it too much for that, because that's just like, what, 2 games? I'd probably put it there. It's also got like it's got more going on than design-wise than Alolan Geodude, with those little yellow spots on it. Golem does not have the problem Graveler does, because I don't even know if you can find Golems in the wild anywhere. You probably can, but there's probably not very many. I think Golem's okay. I'll put it there. Alolan Golem though. He's going up here. I love Alolan Golem. I love how it's like I don't know if it's supposed to be like I know it's obviously like a magnet, I think. I don't know what exactly it's based on. It looked kind of like a railgun. And I think that's funny. And it's also got a cool ability, being able to turn all normal moves into electric. And you can just use that and use Explosion and do a lot of damage. I just find that really funny. Ponyta. I think Ponyta is cool for what it is. Being like an unevolved Pokemon, a first stage Pokemon that can actually do a pretty decent amount of damage and is pretty fast. But my issue with it is that it evolves at level 40, which is insane. Because the change from Ponyta to Rapidash is not that big at all. I feel like either it should evolve at a lower level or Rapidash should have much better stats than what it does. Because it is not worth waiting 40 levels for, I can tell you that. Probably about there. And these two. Oh man. I think Galarian Ponyta is fine. Galarian Ponyta is fine the way it is. I forget what type it is. Is this the one that's fairy type? Okay, yeah, I'm probably gonna put it down to this tier then. I like its design more than regular Ponyta. It being pure psychic is so weird. I don't understand why either of these are part psychic type at all. It is Psychic Fairy is such an overdone type combination. And they just keep making them. I don't know why they keep making them. They're already very similar. And they keep making more Pokemon that are Fairy Psychic type. I feel like Galarian Rapidash had a lot of potential, and then it just ended up being very mid. I feel like you could have made a Pegasus, could have made it like a Fairy Flying type Pegasus. That would have been cool. Or like, maybe it could retain the Fire type and make it the first Fairy Fire type. That would also be cool. But we just got another Fairy Psychic type. And that's very, very lame. and that just actually makes me actively unhappy. Slowpoke, I like Slowpoke a lot. I'm a big Slowpoke fan. Probably about there. Probably put you higher, actually, thinking about it. I don't care about Blastoise that much, also thinking about it too. Yeah. The Galarian Slowpoke I don't like as much, because I mean I like Slowpoke being a part water type, but yeah, it's okay. Probably there. There. Slowbro though. Slowbro is probably the next great one. I love Slowbro. He's just so funny. His entire existence is funny, and also I like his play style. I'm gonna get to you later. Galarian Slowbro. I also really like Galarian Slowbro. It's got a cool ability. I forget where I found this little strategy from, but I also I think it was a YouTube video. I found the strategy where you have a Slowbro and a Oranguru. You have Oranguru hold a Quick Claw and Slowbro hold a Citrus Berry. You Belly Drum turn 1, and use Trick Room with Oranguru, and then Slowbro will eat the Citrus Berry and heal himself back to full HP. And Slowbro will then give him the Quick Claw, so I mean, even if you don't get Trick Room up, he'll still go first a lot of the time because of his ability. It's just fun. I really like Galarian Slowbro. Magnemite, another GOAT right here. Big fan of Magnemite. Magneton, not so much because it's 3 Magnemites, but it makes sense. It makes more sense than Dugtrio because they are magnets and it would make sense for them to attract each other. Still don't care for it too much, but it makes thematically more sense than the other one. Farfetch'd is complete and utter trash. Get out of my sight. Galarian Farfetch'd I like a little more. I like the focus around crits. Its evolution method is annoying, but I also think it's kind of interesting. So probably about there. Dodo, big fan of Dodo. I really like Dodo, and I also really like Dodrio. So I'll probably put you here. Seal. This is literally just a seal called Seal. It's not an interesting typing, it's not an interesting design, it has a bad shiny, it's not good competitively. I mean, of course it isn't, it's the first stage, but Dugong is not good competitively. This Pokemon has 0 sauce, there's 0 spice, there is nothing. This Pokemon has literally nothing going for it. I don't think I would quite put it down here, but it is bad. Bad. Grimer, purple sludge with a face. Not much better than a Seal named Seal and a Dugong named Dugong. Alolan Grimer is a lot better, I would say. I like the goofy little teeth that he has. And the weird mustard mouth is kind of strange, but it doesn't throw me off too hard. Now Muck, bigger purple sludge with a face. This is awful. Alolan Muck, however, I really like the Dark Poison typing, which gives it a lot of points, and I also just like its design and its overall concept a lot. So probably maybe even up here actually. Yeah, I really like Alolan Muck. Shelter, it's okay. I forget that it's not part Ice type yet a lot. That's about the most I can really say for Shelter. I'll probably put it below Parasect. Now Cloyster, I got a story for Cloyster. Back in Sword and Shield, I was doing a bunch of raids. I don't remember what for, probably just to farm items. Like EXP candies and stuff. But I encountered a Cloyster raid that was just impossible. Just straight up impossible, because it would shell smash and then instantly kill all the terrible, worthless NPCs and kick us out of the den. And the shield was... I have bad memories with Cloyster. I do really like the Skill Link ability, I'll say that. I think Skill Link is a very cool ability, but it can't save it too much because I just personally do not like that thing very much. Ghastly kind of has the same thing going on as Abra, where it actually has a very good special attack stat for being a first stage Pokemon. But I also like its design a little more than Abra and Kadabra, I think. Maybe just more than Abra, I'd probably go between them. Haunter I also really like. I like its design, and you know, also kind of got the Kadabra thing where it's really, really strong. Probably just below Alakazam, I would say. Yeah. This is going to be my most controversial take in this entire series, possibly. Maybe this entire series. I don't like Gengar at all. It takes Haunter and Ghastly were very cool, to a lesser extent than Haunter, but I like Ghastly because it actually looks like it would be part poison type. It's got the poison gas, and Haunter's kind of got the same thing. It looks gaseous. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know if any of this makes any sense to anyone but me, but I think Haunter also looks like it could be part poison type and a ghost type. Gengar doesn't look like either one of those. It's just a purple blob with the face and a evil smile. It's an evil smiley face. I don't care for Gengar at all. I think it's maybe the most overrated Pokemon ever. Actually, no, that's Charizard. But I think I don't like that this is like the main ghost type that's advertised when I think there's much cooler ones out there. It also makes me wonder if Gen 1 like had no ghost types and Gen 2 introduced it, would Mischievous suddenly be the face of the ghost type? That interests me. I really do wonder that. I think that's the only reason Gengar is as popular as it is, because it was the first and only one for a few years. These other forms are a different story, however. We'll get there later. Onix, funny thing about Onix, it has a lower attack stat than Oddish, which is about the most interesting thing I can say about Onix. Drowsy, I don't really care much for. I don't like it. No, it's there. Hypno, this Pokemon, if there was any Pokemon that would be on the flight logs to Epstein's Island, it would be Hypno. Yep. Don't like Hypno very much. Krabby, this is a crab called Krabby. But at least its design isn't just a crab. It's got a few spikes. Kingler, I do like Kingler. Probably about there. About that. I say there and I don't even know where. About here, probably. Below that. Voltorb. Okay, I really like a Voltorb because it's basically takes the mimic archetype for enemies that you see in RPGs, where it's like a chest. It's like a monster disguised as a chest to lure people in. It's like that, but the Pokemon version, since all the overworld items show up as Pokeballs, which I think is pretty cool and clever. So I will give them that. I do like Voltorb. Hisuian Voltorb I like a little more because he's just got a little bit more sauce, and also kind of explains how that even started with the old Hisuian Pokeballs. Not too much higher, but I like him. Electrode, however, is they turn him upside down and make his face look very strange. I don't like Electrode. I think it's very lazy. Very, very lazy. Hisuian Electrode, I also don't like nearly as much as Hisuian Voltorb. Yeah, about there, probably. I feel like it doesn't hit hard enough. I feel like that's the only thing that Pokemon's missing for me. That's what would make me like it, is if it did more than like 2 points of damage when hitting something. Execute is okay. I don't really care too much about Execute. I'll probably put it above Onix. I do like Exeggutor. Exeggutor's okay. Probably about there. Oh, Alolan Exeggutor now. I think Alolan Exeggutor is pretty good. I think that just giving it a long neck like a palm tree is really funny. And also, the reason for it being a part dragon type is also really funny because I think the specific species of palm tree that it's inspired by has like dragon or Draco in its species name or something like that, which is a very funny reason for making something part dragon type. Cubone, I do really like Cubone. Probably put him up there actually. I just like his design. I like his little sad backstory. It's alright. Marowak, I think Marowak's actually kind of boring. I don't know how to explain why I think this. I think it fusing with the skull, it looks kind of weird. I still like it, but it's just kind of okay. Probably higher than those actually. There. Also, I do think the Thick Club is a cool item. Doubling his attack stat, making him actually not bad. Alolan Marowak is just like, it's just one of the best regional forms, man. It's so good. It's got a really cool typing, a really cool design, and it can still hold the Thick Club and double the attack stat. That's just really cool. Hitmonlee, this thing's face always creeped me out. I don't know what it is about the eyes on this thing. It's just weird. I do like its little springy legs though, so I'll probably bring it out of bed. Definitely above Ekans. Probably between these two. Hitmonchan. This guy is the GOAT in Dynamax Adventures and Sword and Shield. All the different elemental punches. I think he got Power Up Punch too. Yeah, I like this guy. Probably up there-ish. A little higher. Yeah, up there. Lickitung. Coughing. Coughing's okay. It definitely works as a poison type. But it's just kind of boring. I don't know, I don't really care much for it. Also, I put Lickitung too low. It's not that bad. I don't dislike Lickitung that much. I think the only thing saving it is its moveset being completely unhinged. That thing can learn too many moves. Wheezing. I think it's a little better than Coughing, but not by a whole lot. See, it's not just two Coughings next to each other, they actually both look different from just a regular Coughing. So that saves it from being just like Magneton or Dugtrio or something like that. Galarian Wheezing, I really like Galarian Wheezing. The little smokestack hat, the posh mustache and beard. It's funny. I think it goes right next to Alolan Dugtrio. It's kind of the same thing. Actually got a mix of Alolan Dugtrio and Exeggutor. It's got super tall and then gets facial hair. Rhyhorn, I think is pretty cool. I like Rhyhorn. Probably put him about there. Rhydon, I do really like Rhydon. Oh no, I shouldn't be saying this thing's name out loud. Probably put it there. Yeah. Chansey, I don't know. I don't really feel much about Chansey. Tangela, I think Tangela's okay. I don't know what exactly it's supposed to be, but it's okay. Actually, that's probably just meh. I would not put it above any of these Pokemon here. There. I don't know why that was before the original. Kangaskhan, I don't care about it either. I do like the theory that Kangaskhan and Marowak are related in some way. I think there was some leftover code in the original games that kind of hinted at that they were supposed to be related in some way, but I don't know if that's still canon or anything. Probably put it there. Horsey, I really like Horsey. I think Horsey's cute. And oh, that's good enough for me. Right there. Seadra, I think is cool. Probably just above or below Horsey. I don't know how to. That's what it's above. Here we go. The Goldeen is bad. Goldeen is just a fish. Literally just a fish. And not even like the funny kind of literally just a fish like Magikarp is, that we'll get to later. But it is just a fish. And Seaking, I know I called, what was it? I called one of these things aggressively boring before, Golduck and Psyduck. I was probably a little too harsh on them because at least they don't just look like those animals. Seaking is just a koi fish with a horn. That's it. And not only that, it's if you're ever in a battle and you can't run away from it, it does too much damage. I think this thing should not do nearly as much damage as it does. I don't like looking at it. I don't like the typing is boring. The moveset's awful. The design is boring. This thing has nothing going for it. I hate Seaking. Okay, Staryu, I like Staryu. Yeah. I think Starmie is good too. There. Just below, actually. Mr. Mime. This might be more controversial than my take on Gengar, but I do like Mr. Mime quite a bit, actually. I think Mr. Mime is funny, and it might be entirely because of a Detective Pikachu movie. I never actually watched it, but I did see the trailer where Mr. Mime was like getting interrogated or something. I thought it was funny in that. And then also I think it's cool how in Legends Arceus it sits on an invisible chair and starts and like crosses one of his legs across the other. I think it's funny. I like Mr. Mime. Galarian Mr. Mime I think looks very strange though. The way people feel about regular Mr. Mime, I do feel that way about Galarian Mr. Mime. I think it's strange looking. Although I do like that it tap dances. We'll get to Mr. Rhyme later, but I do like Mr. Rhyme. Just to turn around there. Scyther is cool. I never really had any super strong opinions on Scyther, but he's alright. Okay, Electabuzz. I like Electabuzz. I actually think it's pretty good. I like his cry. His cry is really funny. Both in the show and in the games, actually. One of the very few times where I can actually remember what something sounds like in the show, so that's worth something. I'd probably put him pretty high, actually. I like Electabuzz. Magmar, however, I don't like the ass boobs on its face, and also the fact that it has like a duck face is also weird. I don't know why they gave so many random things duck bills. Maybe Magmar's based on some kind of Japanese duck cryptid or something that I don't know about, but it's still not pleasant to look at. Pinsir's okay. I never really had any super strong opinions on Pinsir either, but unlike Scyther, it hasn't really have anything going on for it, but I don't dislike it. I think it's pretty cool looking. Tauros. Tauros is cool. That's about all I gotta say about Tauros. I think it's cool how in Gen 1 it was arguably the best normal type. I can't remember if it was Tauros or Snorlax. Tauros, Snorlax, or Chansey. I think it was one of those, but I think he's cool. Paldean Tauros. Is very disappointing because it's just Tauros but black and a fighting type. The design doesn't really change at all. I think the horns get a little straighter. I don't think they're poking up as much. Oh, where am I gonna put these? I'll put these in miscellaneous forms. I don't like that the first time I do that is a different form of a regional form. Just whatever. I like the fire one more. Magikarp. I mean, unlike Goldeen, the entire point of Magikarp is to be pathetic and useless. And I think Magikarp's design is also more interesting than Goldeen. I think Magikarp accomplishes its purpose very well. Much like Voltorb. Gyarados is just one of the most reliable Pokemon you can ever get, really. I really like Gyarados. Not much to say, because, I mean, it's Gyarados. Who doesn't like Gyarados? Lapras. Probably on par with Gyarados, actually. Not as reliable, because you can't get it in every game, but I do think... I think they both have cool playstyles. So, like, I didn't know until very recently that Lapras was, like, a mixed attacker. I thought it was just, like, very special. Very much a special attacker, but apparently not. Ditto probably goes down here with these, which just does it. It's got a gimmick and it does the gimmick well. Don't have too much to say about Ditto. Eevee, I like Eevee. I think Eevee's got a pretty cool gimmick too. But I mean, unlike these three, it's also got like a good design too. Those designs aren't bad, but you know, there's not too interesting. Jolteon. I like Jolteon. I think Jolteon's pretty cool. Not my favorite Gen 1 electric type, but, you know, he's alright. Flareon, now I'll just go ahead and say it now. This is my favorite evolution, probably. It's tough between this and Leafeon. Kind of spoilers, but I like Flareon a lot. Probably there. I wish it just wasn't trash. God, I wish it wasn't trash. Porygon, I like Porygon. I don't have as strong of feelings about Porygon as it does to do its evolutions, but I do still like it quite a bit. Probably put it there. Almanite, Mr. Lord Helix himself, by the way, Twitch Plays Pokemon, turned 10 years old this year, I think? It's either this year or last year. No, it's this year. So, do with that information what you will. I do still like Almanite's design. Even without the Twitch Plays Pokemon thing, I think it's cute. And that's about it, really. Probably there. Oh, there. Amistar, I don't like his design as much, but I do think it's still pretty good. I'll grab it. Probably somewhere here. Kabuto. I really like horseshoe crabs in real life because they're basically living fossils, and I've always liked prehistoric life and stuff. But like as a Pokemon, it's just kind of mid. Kabutops though. I like Kabutops a lot. Kabutops on Scyther are insane gen. I think Kabutops is cooler, I'm not gonna lie. Aerodactyl, probably my favorite Gen 1 fossil, because it's not based on just some weird old sea creature. It's like it's not a dinosaur, but you know, it's dinosaur adjacent. Probably Probably up here, actually. Yeah. Get there. Snorlax, kind of like Gyarados. It's just an old reliable thing you can always have. It's always gonna, pretty much always gonna be good. I probably like his design a little more than Gyarados. Morbidly obese man. Oh, legendaries. I didn't realize we were already here. Articuno. Probably my favorite out of the base Gen 1 birds. I think it's, okay. I don't have any super strong opinions on it, so. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put it a little below Rattata. I'll do the Galarian ones all one after the other. Zapdos, I don't like as much as Articuno. I put this one in the middle between all of them. I don't care super strongly about it. Up there. And Moltres is just bad. It is a rubber chicken that is on fire. I hate that this is the Phoenix Pokemon that we have, because I feel like you could do a lot more with the Phoenix than this. This sucks. This like really sucks. This really sucks. Now, funny thing about the Galarian birds. These are the biggest glow-ups in the entire history of Pokemon. And honestly, I would rank them in the reverse way that I did the other ones, even though they are all good. Galarian Articuno is really cool. It reminds me a lot of the laser bird from Angry Birds Space. And that's not a bad thing, you know? Zapdos, but put just above it. And Moltres, I think, is one of the coolest looking Pokemon of all time. Maybe not quite into great tier. I'll go back through and reorder some of this stuff that I think might need to be changed. But yeah. Dratini. Dratini's okay. I don't care super strongly about it, but I don't hate it. Kind of sucks that for a while it was just, this is for the whole line really, but they were just stuck with Dragon Rage as their only attacking dragon move with Twister. And both of those are awful moves. Not below Sand. Probably top of that tier. Dragonair, I do like Dragonair. I hope one day we get some kind of split evolution, maybe a regional split evolution or something from Dragonair, one that kind of stays with the design concept that Dratini had, instead of going to Dragonite. I think that would be cool. But yeah, probably there. Dragonite, I like Dragonite a lot. I think Dragonite's pretty cool. Did not grab it. Nothing too crazy though. Probably just below Hitmonchan. Mewtwo, I don't really care about Mewtwo at all. I'll be real. I think Mewtwo's pretty boring. Maybe if I was 7 years old, I would like Mewtwo a lot more, but I don't. He is not below Moltres, actually. Probably, he's not bad. I don't know why I have him down there. Oh, yeah, probably up there. Alright, and last one before we move on to Megas and Gigantamaxes, Mew. I like Mew. Yeah, Mew's pretty cool. I like that it can learn every TM. About it, really. Probably up there. Okay. Now ranking the Megas. Well, you can probably take a guess what my favorite Mega is going to be. Doesn't take a genius. You can probably guess what my least favorite ones are going to be. I like Charizard X a little less because I feel like it's trying way too hard. Okay, now the rest of them. These two don't need to exist, so I'll probably keep them there. Mega Gengar, I think, is a huge glow up from regular Gengar. It actually looks like a ghost type now. So that's something. Still don't really get the poison type, but 1 out of 2 isn't that bad. Mega Pidgeot's pretty boring. It's just Pidgeot, but more. There's not any design elements that are really cool or interesting. Mega Slowbro is really funny. Mega Kangaskhan's got a cool gimmick. Mega Venusaur's design is pretty lame. It doesn't look that much different. The Mega Alakazam just having more spoons is really funny, just leading into that more. Mega Gyarados, I think it was actually incredibly based for them to not make it part Dragon type. That was super based. Mega Blastoise is cool. Oh yeah, rest of these are probably in order. Yeah. And Gigantamaxes, it was so unbelievably, unfathomably based for Game Freak to give Kingler a Gigantamax. I don't know why they did it, but I'm very happy that they did. Get that out of the way. It made no sense, but, you know, I'm not going to complain about it. Gengar, another big glow up for Gengar. Probably not quite as good as the Mega, but I do think it's cool. Venusaur on like the Mega actually looks different. So there's that. Although I do think, yeah, Blastoise is probably cooler. Oh, no, below, yeah. Fat Pikachu making his return is really funny. Butterfree barely changes, Eevee barely changes. Machamp really doesn't change that much either. But I think the glowing orange hands are cool. Meowth is funny. Lapras is pretty cool. Snorlax, I like Snorlax quite a bit. I think his design's pretty cool. Yeah, that'll do it for Gigantamaxes and Megas. Now, a little bit of reordering. I'd probably put these top 3 here into Great. I would probably move Venonat down a little bit to about there. Probably Mr. Mime down just a little. We'll unmuck up a bit. I think that'll be about it. Maybe I'm gonna move Clefairy out of the worst. I don't hate Clefairy that much. I still don't like it, but you know. Move Hisuian Electrode up. I put it way too low. Probably about there. Maybe just top of meh, actually. I think that's a fair spot to put it. But yeah, I think that'll do it. Next time, I'll be doing Gen 2. Gonna be a lot shorter because there's 51 less Pokemon. And I do not have much to say about a lot of them, but we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, best Gen 1 Pokemon is Beedrill, worst one is Charizard. Yep. Alright, see you in the next video.